Okay, I have to add this video on. I've been trying to do this. I did it once a long time ago, but I'm obviously out of practice. I think there's only one verse. I'm not sure. Sit up, I'm gonna need some air. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Ooh, my good gracious, did you hear the news? Hair's wet from the midnight dew. I was down on bended knee, talking to a man from a Galilee. In a voice that was oh so sweet, thought I heard the shuffling of angels' feet. Heard my name and my heart stood still. Said, hear me go and do my will. Go tell that long-tongued liar, tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Sooner or later, God'll cut him down. Sooner or later, God'll cut him down. Ooh, so you can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Sooner or later, God'll cut you down. Ooh. So tell that long-tongued liar, tell that midnight rider, tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter, tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. Ooh. If there's another verse to that, I don't remember. Good old Johnny Cash. Making believe that you still love me, it's leaving me alone and so blue. I'll always dream. Making believe, what else can I I can't press these strings down anymore. Look at my fingers. I got blisters on me fingers. If I want to play tomorrow, better put it away today. So I would like to thank my dear new friends for coming to the channel. I've had lots of support, emotional support, friendship support. It has just been wonderful. I got 3 new subs today. I'm so happy. Yay. And I owe that to a shout out that I got from East Coast Cabin Fever. And I am so happy. I really am. I've made a new friend, and he's fabulous. And he says, "Stuck a like to me." Yep. Amy took a shine to you. I took a shine to Idaho Hillbilly and Muskrat too. Have for a while. They do different things than I do. Like, he might be a junker. I'm a junker too, but I never sell anything. So technically, I guess that just makes me a hoarder. But you never know. One day I might sell some stuff. Who knows? But yeah, I've been following him for a while, and then he did a shout out for East Coast Cabin Fever, which I want all you folks to go check him out. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's a lot of fun, right? And he was recommended to me by Idaho Hillbilly, and Idaho Hillbilly's buddies Muskrat Outdoors. So it's like, I just love it because all these gentlemen, right? They like to wear the plaid coats and the hats, and I love doing that too. I'm just a little bit jealous of their beards, because they got all these nice long beards, right? I got one whisker. Just one. I pluck that sucker out every month. I call it my witch hair, right? It's growing out of my beauty mark. So yeah, kind of jealous about y'all with the beards, but my husband isn't. He's like, "Nope, you don't want a beard, woman. Your mustache coming in thick enough." Because us ladies usually got to bleach her lip, right? But yeah, I just wanted to do shout out to you guys too again, and thank you so much. Just offering up your friendship and just the fun that y'all have, and that you're sending my way, and you make me feel part of something special. You really do. So I truly appreciate that. And besides, every girl could use a couple extra big brothers, right? Because, life can be hard for a woman, right? Definitely. And most times I've been a crybaby, so that's just me. So I'm starting to get my feet back under me again, right? And I appreciate the hand up. I really do. All right, well, I better go because, like I say, it's getting near chore time, and my husband's gonna want some supper too. I made shake and bake. Well, it's not really shake and bake. It was just breadcrumbs and stuff that homemade shake and bake. I guess it's hammy shake and bake. But I cooked up 10 pieces of chicken thighs yesterday to freeze them, and he's like, "Don't put them in the freezer yet," because I like to pre-cook them. All right, so then if I'm in a hurry or we got an issue, with one of the animals or something, we still got to eat, even if we're doing all our doctoring and babyings and stuff like that, right? You never know what comes up. So I like to have food just prepared, so then all I got to do is just wash off some potatoes, and I get the table potatoes, so there's not a lot of dirt on. Sometimes I get the ones with dirt. I just wash the dirt off and plunk them right in the pot, skin on whole, and just let them cook, while I'm doing something else. They take about an hour, hour and a half. But I mean, I don't have to sit there and try to peel them. And I mean, I can do that too. But when I'm pressed for time, to wash them, plunk them in the pot, put them on low and walk away, right? By the time you're done, or put them on the wood stove. By the time I'm done doing what I'm doing, potatoes are soft, and you go like that, and the skin comes right off, and you're left holding a really hot potato. Trust me, they're hot, they hurt. Yeah, been burnt a couple times, but now we're gonna have some it looks like fried chicken, but it's shake and bake chicken, and they're just like I say, just the thighs, just about that big around, right? So a couple of those, maybe some peas and carrots or something, or some Brussels sprouts, so he can sky right in the middle of the night and wonder why he's sleeping alone. So he's like cabbage, just like cabbage. But yeah, I don't get it though. I fed him yesterday. He wants to eat again today. Like, what is it? Right? It's like, what do you want for supper tomorrow? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like this, right? Nothing. He's like, I don't want nothing. Yeah, tomorrow rolls around. What's for supper? So, pre-cook it. Always pre-cook it. And it's great because if you take a whole bunch of, like the chicken breasts or chicken thighs or the chicken legs, whatever, cook them first. Put them on a cookie sheet. Stick them in the freezer. Let them get frozen. They're separated. All right, put a piece of parchment paper down so they come off easy. Stick them in your deep freeze or your fridge freezer. All right, let them freeze up so that, they're good and frozen. Then put them in the Ziploc baggie. They don't stick together, and you can take out as many as you want, and they won't be all stuck together like trying to break frozen meat apart, because that's the worst, right? That's how accidents happen. People with sharp knife trying to jam that in there between two chicken legs, it slips, trip to the emergency room. So, yeah, you can do that with anything that you're cooking up. I even do it with my potatoes, my mashed potatoes. I make those croquettes thingies, where you got some chicken mashed in there, in with your potatoes and maybe a vegetable. So I'll take my ice cream scooper and I'll scoop them on parchment paper, and then I'll stick that in the freezer just long enough for them to freeze. And then, you know, I just throw them right into a baggie after. So if I want to make the croquettes, if you don't know what a croquette is, it's where you take your mashed potatoes, you roll it into like a little log, and you dip it in some egg and then run it through some breadcrumbs or shake and bake or whatever. I like breadcrumbs and cornmeal in mine. And then you dip it again, and then you roll it again. You get this really nice crust on it. When you cook them, they're about the size of a Snickers bar or Twinkie. And then when you cut them open, you've got your potatoes, all mashed potatoes, and your chicken's all cut up in it, nice and small, and your vegetables, and they're great. You just pan fry them. You just throw them in like hot dogs, just pan fry them, flip them, and they cook quick. And, so you can do that with your potatoes too. Like I say, just put them in the scoops because they make the perfect serving size. And then once they're froze, chuck them in the Ziploc baggie and then put them back in the freezer. So when you need them, you just take out a couple. You don't have to try to, bust off a corner of bag of frozen potatoes, cooked potatoes, right? So that works. I do that with a lot of vegetables too. If I say my eggs and I make a whole bunch of scrambled eggs because we have a lot of chickens. So I will make a whole bunch of scrambled eggs, and I like frozen vegetables in my scrambled eggs. Maybe I'm weird, I don't know. But I find it's easier than trying to cut up an onion because I could do that after. But I'll do my scrambled eggs, and I'll mix the peas and carrots and the green bean mix just a little bit in there. So it's kind of like an omelet, but not. All right. And then I'll freeze those. Same thing, ice cream scoop. So if I want some eggs, it's got a little bit of vegetable in it. I just have to take out one frozen one already, plunk it in the pan with my bacon as my bacon's frying up. And put some onions in there. Now I got scrambled eggs with vegetables and some onions and maybe some mushrooms and some bacon or sausage or whatever. Just try to do things faster, and then your eggs will keep longer. Because you can keep your eggs as long as you scramble them. I have dehydrated them. Now, the the freeze dryer works best for eggs. But they're like $3,000 for a machine. $2,000 or $3,000 a machine. I just got a simple little dehydrator. I scramble up my eggs. I put some parchment paper in there. And I let those eggs dehydrate till they're rock hard. Now, rehydrating them, if you can choke them down, you can live on them. But the texture, when they start to rehydrate, is almost like a rubber. The flavor's still there. And the nutrition still there. I use them in my camp meals when I go camping. Because I mix it with a bunch of other things anyways that you don't taste. Like, by themselves, they probably taste pretty awful. Or just the consistency and the texture. It's like eating a cold hamburger patty from takeout. You just grab that and it's just cold, or those cheap little frozen patties that you can buy. Chewing on that, that's what your eggs taste like, rehydrated, warm. But if you can get past the texture of it and choke them down, you'll be just fine. So I tend to, I take the dehydrator and I dehydrate all my leftovers. All of them. If we don't eat, I'll save some for my pet Raven because she's spoiled. The chickens, maybe a little bit here and there. I try not to give them too much pasta because it plugs them up. The cats obviously won't eat it. Now, I used to have 4 great big dogs. Well, 3 big dogs and a small dog. And there was never any leftovers. As they talk about, that 5-second rule. If you drop something on the floor, it's fine. You can eat it or whatever. After 5 seconds, give it to the dog. No, the 5-second rule does not work in my house when I had a 2-second dog. I dropped a whole chicken on the floor, and he just about crapped himself. Mom dropped a whole cooked chicken on the floor. And he went for it. I went, no. I went like this to pick it up. I was using rubber big utensils. They were like plastic, so that as soon as they got the chicken, they started to bend, and I picked it up, and it slid all down my front, and I'm trying to press myself against the cover. No, 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 one of these, and it's sliding down my front, and it's getting past me, and splat right on the floor. When I picked the chicken up, the skin all stuck to the floor, right, with the barbecue sauce and everything. I looked, there was not a hair on it from the dogs, nothing. So I'm like, sorry about floor chicken. Just gave it a quick zip, zip under the tap, put it back in the pan, rolled around, it was fine, left the skin and all the fixings that fell off of it onto the floor, and the dog licked that floor. So shiny clean. I never seen my floor so shiny before. And I mean, you didn't slide in it. There was no grease. There was nothing. He pretty near licked the color out of the linoleum. I swear it had a little dent in it. But yeah, he got all excited, like, holy jeez Louise, she dropped a whole chicken. Yeah, 2-second dog, that's for sure. You gotta act fast. But yeah, I take all my leftovers and I dehydrate them. There might not be a lot, once it's dehydrated. It might only fill like corner of a Ziploc baggie. But then next time I have something that's similar, like for instance, if it's pasta, and tomato sauce, it doesn't matter if the noodles don't match, right? Dehydrate, whatever, and then pack that bag full, and there's an emergency meal. Should the power go out, or the freezers go down, knock on wood, that never happens, because everybody's like, oh yeah, my freezer's just packed full. Well, if you lose power and you don't have a generator, there's no fuel or what have you, right? That food's not going to keep that long. Dehydrated, it'll keep. So, and I just keep my dehydrated food in the freezer, just so that I can just keep them in bags and whatnot, right? But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just everything has a different taste to it once it's rehydrated. It's never as good as the original. Just like your girlfriend don't cook like your mama. It's the same meal, but mama's always tastes better, right? She's using fresher ingredients and whatnot, right? So it's just that way. So I try to do that, and like I say, I'm gonna feed him chicken tonight, and he gonna like it. And then I've got enough. If we each even had 2 pieces of chicken, that's 5 meals right there. So try it. Think ahead. Work smarter, not harder, right? And like today, I should have been doing something like that. Making a pot of something. Spaghetti works really well. So you can flatten down the Ziploc baggies with your spaghetti in it to individual servings. So say the kids are hungry. If you got young kids or something, they want something when they get home from school. All right, well, here's a frozen bag of spaghetti. Stick it in the microwave. Now you got a hot after-school snack, right? Or if you have to go out somewhere, I've saved the old TV dinner trays and made my own TV dinners in sections. All right, just for the stackability of them. But I don't trust the plastic. I mean, when they had the metal ones, when we were kids, yeah, those ones are better. But now I don't trust the plastics and I wasn't a big fan of putting it in the microwave, and all that. So I stopped doing it that way, and I just started using the ice cream scoop and freezing them individually, so I can reach in, grab 2 hunks of potato, grab 2 pieces of chicken, and just a frozen bag of vegetables, put it in a bowl, microwave the vegetables, right? So if you don't have a microwave, still do it on the wood stove. It's already cooked. You're just basically heating it through. So, anyways, that's all the happy advice and tips. I almost said something else. Tips, advice, and tips. So, yeah, gotta be careful. These dentures start slipping. It gets me in a whole bunch of trouble. And I've been trying so hard not to cuss. I have to make up new swear words that aren't swear words, right? Son of a biscuit, right? Yeah, so anyways, I hope y'all have a very pleasant evening, and thanks so much for coming to the channel and just for subscribing and making me feel like, I'm worth talking to or hanging out with. That means a lot. That really does. That means a lot. I'm not I'm not a real attention seeker or anything like that, but I have been feeling pretty low lately. So I was having a hard time here with my channel for a while. So, with trolls and just a mean person sending somebody, just want to keep annoying me and just doing nasty things all the time. And I got frustrated and I started lashing back. So, but I'm trying to fix that. Not with that person. If I didn't forgive them, I wouldn't have told them last Christmas that I was not going to sue them for faulty products that made me really, really ill. And because we started out as friends, and so I decided to forgive them. And since I've done that, I have still had nothing but problems of her sending other people to my channel, just to aggravate me. And it's like, really? And like I said before, the Lord tells us when we're faced with problems, if it smites one cheek, turn the other cheek. Okay. But after that, he didn't give me any more instructions. So, I'm a pretty nice girl most times, but there is that percentage of me that can just snap like a whip, and, I'll feel bad about it after. But sometimes my mouth will get the better of me. But if I don't get it off my chest, I will, just lose my dang mind, right? So sometimes I can be pretty harsh. But if I'm willing to forgive somebody that did me bodily harm with their product, with lead contamination and stuff like that, which is really serious, then I figured that maybe they would get smart and leave me be. But it was just going on and on and on, and I was really getting tired of it. So that's why I started another channel as well. I would say the name here, but then if I still keep having problems with some of these folks, and who've got nothing else better to do, then they'll just start going over to that channel. But to my friends, I'll just tell y'all in private, and then that way, if it starts getting a little bit too chaotic on this one, we'll just scoot over to the happy place. All right, folks, I love you. Jesus loves you. You be good to one another. Take care of each other. Give somebody a smile, whether they need it or not. Just be good, a good person all the way around, okay? Try your best. That's all Father wants. He just wants us to try our best. Try to be happy. He doesn't want us full of misery and hatefulness and things like that, right? That's why he taught us how to love. Everything can be taken care of as long as you got some love in your heart. All right, so remember, keep your moonshine on, because that's the only way we can see in the dark. That's nature's way. That's the Lord's way. That's the angels shining the light down, even in the darkest of times, so we can find our way out. All right, we'll talk to you all later, okay? God bless you. Bye now.